Unusually for a news conference at the White House, President Donald Trump opted to use a teleprompter and stuck to the script. But in the week where the number of COVID-19 deaths in the US went through the 100,000 mark, the president used the occasion to cut ties with the World Health Organization and returned to calling it the Wuhan virus.
China has total control over the World Health Organization. We have detailed the reforms that it must make and engage with them directly, but they have refused to act.
The president has been angry about China's trade practices since before he took office. The protests this week in Hong Kong over Beijing's decision to extend security powers there has added to that anger. Hong Kong has had a special relationship with the US, but the president wants to punish China and says Hong Kong's special status is no more.
My announcement today will affect the full range of agreements we have with Hong Kong, from our extradition treaty to our export controls on dual-use technologies and more, with few exceptions. We will be revising the State Department's travel advisory for Hong Kong to reflect the increased danger of surveillance and punishment by the Chinese state security apparatus.
The president also announced he was imposing sanctions on Chinese and Hong Kong officials.
I think this is the amount of actions that he announced, as well as the severity of actions that he did announce. Depending on the implementation of these actions, this is probably the nuclear option that this administration could have gone with.
Do you think China will react and respond?
I think China has to respond in this case. There were so many actions that the Trump administration announced today that if they don't respond, then domestically, the CCP leadership risks looking weak to their domestic audience.
President Trump gave a long list of grievances about China's economic actions. There's nothing new there. He's done it before. What was interesting, in his 10 minutes in front of the cameras, he made no mention of Chinese President Xi, a man he regards as strong, a man he's praised in the past, even for his handling of the coronavirus outbreak. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, at the Chinese Embassy in Washington.